Welcome back, Kaiju fans. Today, we're going to be talking about Planet Goji, or Godzilla Monster Planet, and what we're going to be discussing is Planet Goji's size. So according to the anime website, there is a statement on there from the creators saying, due to the 20,000 years that Godzilla has been alive on the planet, basically unchallenged and whatnot, is that he was allowed to basically grow that entire time. The catchphrase they use to illustrate this exactly is "despair evolves." So this is going to be the largest Godzilla to date. We don't know exactly how big this Godzilla is going to be, but they made it clear enough that 20,000 years of growth really took a toll on Godzilla's size, and he is huge comparatively. Way bigger than Shin Godzilla, presumably. They do explicitly state that he is larger than Shin Godzilla, who was previously the largest Godzilla, and Shin was a pretty big boy. So I want to know what this means for this universe, because if this is the largest Godzilla to date, and I'm going to presume that this is going to be the biggest Godzilla ever, there's not going to be any bigger from this point on outside of this established trilogy or franchise if they continue this past the trilogy, because it wouldn't make any sense for any larger Godzillas. I mean, cities wouldn't even be anything compared to him anymore, and obviously there's not going to be many cities left around because this is his planet. So what does that mean for the rest of the environment? Are all of the trees and things like that extremely huge again? Because we can't really tell explicitly from the artwork that's been revealed. And what does that mean about the other kaiju? Are the other kaiju in this universe also supersized to the point where these are the biggest kaiju in the Godzilla franchise to date? Because if they're not bigger or as big as Godzilla, then there really can't be any contest to challenge him as like a formidable foe. Because Orga is probably going to be our main villain because he's the most standout monster on the list, and our original Orga was only 55 meters, and that's like half, if not less, the size of Shin. And if this Godzilla is significantly bigger than Shin, I'm gonna assume all of the other kaiju in this franchise would have had to have been bumped up size significantly. And if that's the case, there's no way that these kaiju could possibly avoid each other to the point where there hasn't been thousands of years of kaiju battles before the humans return, after they leave and before they return, that time frame that we're not going to know anything about. If these kaiju were that big, there's no way they avoided each other and didn't just kill each other. So I'm going to assume there's going to be other carcasses and remains of kaiju around. But if there's not, then it doesn't really make any sense that the only kaiju conflict that occurs only occurs after the humans and aliens or whatever else get back to Earth after that 20,000 year hiatus. So I'm just trying to figure out, if the kaiju are all that size, what is the justification for that? Because if Orga's still going to be an alien, are we to presume kaiju from other planet are naturally way larger than ours natively? Or did Orga come when the humans left and then grew here on the planet? It's just kind of a weird thing to think about, because it just doesn't make a whole lot of sense. It's cool that they're taking into account that Godzilla basically has been evolving the entire time, and this is going to be the biggest Godzilla ever. But I'm wondering if the kaiju sizing was thought about at all, or was an afterthought after already establishing this as a key point in the plot. So I'm curious as to what the official explanation of the other kaiju would be, if they're newer kaiju or alien kaiju like Orga, compared to Godzilla, who's already been on this planet for over 20,000 years, so his size and his adaptations make sense. It's just an interesting thing to think about, and it's been kind of bugging me all day, so I wanted to talk about it and see what you guys think. So I want you to tell me what you think the explanation for the kaiju size excluding Godzilla is going to be, if they even touch on that at all, because they could totally just ignore that and then go, yeah, all the kaiju are this size now for this, this, and this, or no explanation whatsoever, and then just make us assume. That's gonna be it for today. Just an interesting thing to think about, kind of a theory, kind of just a question, but let me know what you guys think the explanation for the other kaiju size is gonna be, and I will catch you all in the next one. Peace out.